Looks like it's going to be another sleepless night. But at least you're awake too, so I'll have some company. It's just every time I close my eyes, I have memories that flood my mind of people and places and things I didn't even know I remembered. Like that time, that little house in Bethlehem. I can see it because I was there right now. And then my boy, he comes so unexpectedly. He's about 2 now. There's a time that I can't remember being his mother. Our home was happy. Life was peaceful. And then the men showed up. We couldn't understand them very well. They spoke in a language that we had never heard. But they knew enough of our language to tell us that they found us by following a star. A new star. Then the strangest thing happened. These men, they bowed down on my dirty, dusty floor to worship my boy, a carpenter's son, being worshipped by kings. Who would ever thought? And of course there was gifts. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I tried to politely turn them down, but they said that we needed to keep them, that we might need them someday. And as soon as they arrived, they quickly left. I might have thought the whole thing was just a dream, except for the gifts. There was no denying these gifts. Somehow I managed to keep these boxes with me through all these years, all those miles. And I remember that night when Joseph came, woke me up in a complete panic.
Mary, wake up.
What? What's wrong?
We have to leave now.
What are you talking about?
I had a dream, Mary. He's coming for
Who's
me.
coming for who?
Herod, he's going to kill our son. We have to leave now. Just pack what you can. We have to go now.
I knew then we had to go. The angel said to go to Egypt, that they would come and tell us when it was safe to return. But Egypt was such a strange land, or we were just strangers in it. See, look, we knew nothing about the Egyptian culture or their language. Just trying to buy a loaf of bread was nearly impossible. But lucky for us, money wasn't a problem. The gold the wise men had left us was more than enough to meet our needs. And then one day, but no seller would reject the piece of gold. And one day I went to the market and overheard someone speaking in my own language. I stepped closer to eavesdrop. Wished I hadn't done that.
Did you hear about that awful thing that just happened in Bethlehem?
No, what happened?
It was horrible. You know that prophecy about the Messiah?
Yeah, everyone's heard about that.
Well, there's a lot of people thinking it might have come to pass.
Are you serious?
Yeah, King Herod sure seems to believe so. He believes it so much he's had every child 2 years and younger killed over there.
Wow, that's awful.
I think he's scared he'll lose his throne.
Sounds like he is.
Yeah, every last one of them, unless they somehow manage to escape.
You don't think they killed him, do you? The Messiah?
I don't know.
I ran home quickly and told Joseph what I'd heard. If the Egyptians found out that our son, the Messiah, was right here in Egypt, well, we just couldn't risk it. We had to keep him hidden for the rest of our stay. Then you couldn't believe how relieved we were a short time after that when we heard that Herod had died. The angel came and said it was safe to return to Nazareth. Life started becoming normal again. Beginning a life in Nazareth exhausted the rest of the gold. My son, he grew so fast. It seemed like he was an inch taller every time he got up out of bed. I watched him as he worked in the carpenter shop with his father. He learned so quickly. Other times I watched him and his friends, they would play, and all the children, they just loved him. They just flocked near him. Then at one time, when he was about 12, the whole family took a trip to Jerusalem. It was was a long journey. It was 5 days there. We stayed there for a week for the festival and 5 days back. On our way home, Jesus was nowhere to be found. We searched for him everywhere. Jesus assured me that he was just off playing with his cousins, but a mother's intuition is a powerful thing. I looked for him and couldn't find him nowhere. We panicked. We ran back to the city. We looked for him for days and couldn't find him anywhere. In my distress, I took the box of frankincense. I took it to the temple and offered the whole thing to the priest in hopes that the offering would bring Jesus back home. Then I overheard his voice. Son, what are you doing? Where have you been? Your father and I have been worried sick about you. Why would you do this to us?
Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, but you know I have to be about my father's business.
What could I say? I guess I'd forgotten that he wasn't just my son. He was much more than that. Over the coming years, it wasn't uncommon for us to find him in all sorts of unexpected places. Places where people wouldn't dare to go. He talked to people that others had shunned. He talked about God in ways that I had never heard before. And not a distant God, but a God that is right here with us. And then the wedding. Oh, the wedding was amazing. It had the best food and music. People was having such a great time. And then we ran out of wine. Son, we have no wine.
Why are you looking at me like this for?
Son,
It isn't my time yet.
you two, do what he tells you.
What's the water pot cleaning me?
Jesus told the servants not to speak of the miracle. But Canaan was a small town, so word spread quickly. People came from all over to see him. It was amazing. Blinded eyes from birth, he touched them and healed them. Legs that had never worked before, they stood and walked. They could even run. And the crowds, everywhere he went, the crowds got bigger and bigger. The people brought him their sick, their lame, their possessed, and he touched them and healed them. People poured their pain on him, and he took it all away. And he even raised their dead. But not everyone appreciated his miracles. Some people said my son was a blasphemer. They said he worked for the devil. Some said he was a demon. The high priest had him arrested and beaten. And those same people that flocked to him to hear him preach stood outside of Pilate's hall demanding that he be crucified. And those soldiers. I watched those soldiers as they drove those nails through his hands and feet. Those same hands and feet that I held and kissed when he was a baby. Those same hands that brought healing to so many people. And now myrrh, the last gift. Burial spices to anoint a dead body. Did those wise men know something? Mary, thank you so much for doing this.
I promised I'd be here till the very end.
But you've seen that stone. How do you think you'll get it rolled away?
We'll find a way. Maybe we can plead with the guards, but we'll find a way.
Thank you. Why? Why did it have to be like this? He didn't deserve this. He was perfect. Why did it have to be like this? He was perfect. He didn't deserve Mary, what's wrong? Would they not let you in? Could you not get the stone rolled away?
We can't.
What do you mean we can't? I'll go back with you, Mary. They won't refuse a grieving mother.
He's alive.
He's alive. Don't be cruel to me, Mary. I watched him die.
I talked to him. I saw him just like I'm talking to you right now. He is alive. Mary, Jesus is alive.
I don't understand.
The disciples, he told me to tell his disciples I gotta go.
Alive? After all I've seen him go through? I can't believe it. Yes. Actually, I can. Because it's no stranger than an angel appearing to a poor carpenter, or a virgin giving birth, or water becoming wine, or blinded eyes being opened. Myrrh, burial spice. It's a thoughtful gift, but I guess we won't be needing it right now. He's alive!